Everyone, part 3 of the deck cover build. It's going to be a little bit longer, I suppose, than the first two because I've actually skipped making videos in favor of doing the work. So what we did, let me come over here and show you. This is a 4x4 steel tube with 1/4-inch walls. And what's holding it in place is that there used to be 4x4s here. You can see there's one here, one there, and then there's another one over in the corner there. But what happened was when I built this deck originally, there was, where you see the red steel posts, there were 4x4s. But what I did, because the 4x4 steel won't quite fit over a 4x4 wooden post, because a wooden post is actually like 3.5 to 3 3/4 by 3.5 by, or 3 3/4. So what I had to do was cut them down to 18 inches, which is roughly here, so about 18 inches. And then I took my Sawzall, or my reciprocating saw, and this little guy here, for a cable reciprocating saw, and sliced a little bit off. You can see I have a piece here. I sliced off approximately between 1/4 and 3/8 of an inch off of the front side and then off of the side. That allowed the posts just to slide down. And believe me, the weight of these posts, this is 10 feet. They were originally 20. I think I had videos of them at 20, and then I cut them down to 10s. The weight of one single post was significantly more than I wanted to carry. My daughter's boyfriend and I carried all 6 of them back here, and then between the three of us, we managed to get them onto the posts. Okay, so we got the 6 posts in place, and then the next step was to get this cross piece. I had a bunch of 3x3 steel posts that I had gotten from a demo job several years ago. But this is a 17-footer, and it runs from right over here to this corner here. It's this piece here. And so that's going to be the bottom of the truss on the east side of this thing. And the deck, which you can see is in horrible shape, is 20 feet this direction, 20 feet lengthwise, and then 18 feet from the back here to up to the house. And so the deck, once it's all covered and we get a few weeks down the road, I'll go ahead and pull this decking up and replace it with 3/4 inch, and then I'm not sure what I'm going to put on top of the plywood. All right, so anyway, got both ends put together. That was the next step, was getting the cross piece. Then I came back yesterday and started putting these braces. That's approximately 12 inches long, and I was going to use this cutoff saw here, but it was just really not getting the job done. So I just pulled out my 4.5-inch grinder and angle grinder and started cutting the pieces. So I've got 2 more over here. You can see what they're supposed to look like. It's supposed to be a 45-degree angle on each end, and my imperfect cuts. What I ended up doing was cutting some little short pieces of strap steel and putting it on the end. Maybe you can see it. I came back with paint just to see whether or not we wanted to go with a color like this. But if you're able to see it, right up here at the top of the thing, you can see I've got a piece of strap steel that gave me some extra, where there were gaps, it just gave me some extra steel to weld onto. So the next thing, we got out here today and got, get up on the ladder here so you can see, got these, they were originally, I thought it was going to be 20 feet, but they're actually like 19 feet, 10 inches, the cross pieces to connect the 2 ends together. And they'll have braces like that too. I've gotten those 2 over there welded, those 2 ends welded, and now I'm getting ready to weld these 2 here. And I used several years ago, I bought this little Lincoln arc welder cracker box. Let me scoot back out, at a pawn shop for like $100. It's probably not much less expensive than I would have paid for a new one at the time. But anyway, it's been a really good machine. Problem is with these little ones like this, you get a short cord. So these posts are 10 feet tall, So to weld at the top, what I've done is I have a really heavy-duty set of jumper cables, and what I'm actually going to do is get myself a new set of jumper cables, and then I'm going to take this welding end off here and connect these two cords and wrap them up real good, and connect the other two cords and wrap them up real good, and then I'll have a really long set of welding cables to work with. But it's working. I built a building several years ago and used that same technique, and it's working today. So anyway, now I've got to get this one welded, and then that one welded, and then I've got to put braces in all the corners. So sorry for the length of this video, but that's it for today. I'll keep you up to date. We're gone.